Hello there, everybody. We're going to be getting started here shortly. I'm just sharing out to other platforms as we get situated here. Let me know you're here and say hello. Like I said, we'll be getting ready here shortly. I'm just setting up here, gearing up for tonight. And for those of you who are not watching this and seeing the replay, go to the timestamps after the live show is done. Hey there, Debbie. Just setting up on Facebook. All right, guys. See you shortly.
Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate.
Well, good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. We are here for another editions of All Signs, and tonight is focused on love. So if you are interested in love readings, this may be for you, because tonight we are going to see if they are going to step up or stay silent. So this topic is really for those of you who are in the gray area of little to no contact with an individual, but also could be a new person here too, where you're just kind of uncertain here where things go. We let the cards here unfold, and if there's a specific sign that you're looking at from as a cross watcher, you're going to have to flip the story, flip the narrative here. Okay. Reminder that I'm not just streaming on YouTube. I am also streaming live here on Twitch and on Facebook. So don't be shy. Say hello. We do have the live chat here so that you guys can see each other and all the multi-streams. Hello, Debbie. Welcome back. Hello, Karen. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We're going to get started here with Taurus. Taurus is going to be up here first because, well, we are in Taurus's birthday season. And I want to remind, did you guys see the Earth Signs? The Earth Signs premiered last night for the All Signs mid-month check-in. If you guys missed the mid-month check-ins, they were released yesterday, basically, last night. All Signs mid-month check-in was released over at Harmonia Friends Community, but the Earth Signs got the live unfolding. So if that's something here that you missed, make sure you go back and watch in the May playlist. Okay, don't forget about that. It's there for a reason. Welcome back, Nafa. Everybody's doing good for Friday? I was absolutely ready for the weekend. Absolutely. So guys, we have a target going on here on YouTube. It is only on YouTube right now. Eventually, Twitch will be able to play. But right now, it's just the target is on YouTube. So if you hit that target on YouTube and you make a small donation, or whatever donation amount you want, you add to the 5 donations for the evening. If we hit 5, then we will release the Faded Dice reading. And what's a Faded Dice reading? Well, it's these zodiac signs. So more reasons for readings here. Your reading may come up again here for you. All right. Taurus is up. Let's call in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant master spirit. If we can hone in onto my collective, whether they're here for the live or the replay, what is going on with this connection here, specifically for my Taurus gang here? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, guys. An open relationship. An open relationship isn't for the faint-hearted. Set clear rules, communicate, and be respectful of boundaries, and explore with care. Oh, boy. Hey, Birdie. Welcome back. Happy Friday. Travel partner. You found someone who travels at your pace. There's harmony in the way that you navigate the world together. So interesting. Well, this is not a official relationship. That's for a start here. The two of you, whether you're at long distance, not all of you are going to be at long distance, but I do feel like the two of you get along well, very well. You may love to go on adventures with this individual, but there's just also something here about not putting a signature stamp on this and making it official yet either. All right. Let's look at here the fracture point. What is the pattern here that caused this slowdown in communication? Remember, with a fracture point for the first row, no reversals. They will affect each row, though, therefore. Wow. Divine timing. Travel again. You know what? I keep hearing the song The Wanderer. So you have an individual who has a wandering eye. They don't like to settle down. They're non-committal. So for whatever reasons, there could be zillions of them. It could be because this individual's been in partnerships before that they felt, completely trapped in. They might have been cheated on, cheated out, but this is someone here who enjoys single life, singlehood. Others of you, this person here has never settled down. So it really depends on that scenario. But, what's really severed this connection here in this portion here is that the timing, you two always have bad timing. It's never the right time. Either like you're in a relationship and they may be, dating somebody, or they're dating somebody and you're single. It goes back and forth between the two of you. It really does. And the emotional or behavioral fracture here. Yeah, you guys have a lot of history. Soulmates. Okay, you have a lot of history with this individual here. I don't think this relationship ever got very serious. Could have even just been friends with benefits. Or if there was a relationship, it was really at a young age for some of you. But it's just that this individual has been circling around your vicinity for quite some time. All right. So there's something nostalgic about this individual. Now, if this is not someone here that you have a huge past with, it's the energy here that this person feels like home instantaneously, like you know them. And that to me says that you guys have had several lives together, not just in this lifetime. Okay. Some of you maybe both. Why is this person quiet right now? Well, they got a lot on their plate. They do. This person here is holding a tremendous amount of responsibilities. So they're right at the tail end of it because they can't see through it. But right now, the focus here is on all of the tasks that they're going and carrying right now. They're not really looking at this relationship. This person here may even be going through some kind of responsibilities. It could be money troubles, could be, past individuals, exes, could be children as well. But this person here has a lot on their plate. They're not really focused on having any kind of a relationship. I don't even think this person is in a relationship whatsoever. And if they are, they're very burdened by it. All right. The internal resistance here. Reversals are now up. Whether they are fighting themselves here when it comes to you. The Six of Pentacles here reverse. Well, they know what they're doing. They know that you give way more than they could ever offer to you right now. So this is someone here that you may have doted on, overgave, or you're just the individual here who gives those nice, very unique personal gifts to this individual. You know, I just thought of you. I just wanted you to have this. But here's the thing. This person here is ruminating on that. They are. There's 2 6s here. All right. So they're heavy rumination here about that. Their ego, fear, and pride here. Hey, Angie, welcome. Mostly everybody's on YouTube, but say, you know, don't be alone over there. We see you. Emperor here. The Emperor reversed. Wow, dang. Aries energy. This person here is very controlling. They have to have things a very specific way. Taurus. This is an individual here who's also they're stubborn, they're prideful. They want to be able to give back in a way that they feel when they can, but right now, how can they? They have so much on their plate. So they're not focused on this relationship, but at the same time, they also want you to wait. This is an individual here who says, can't you just wait when I'm ready? So they are, you know, egotistical. They're not really thinking about you in that level. Active resistance is stepping up. Man, 8 of Wands. So this is an individual here who the way that they control you or keep you at bay is by giving very little information, why they go quiet, but they like to create that intensity. Because if they create that intensity, this is a person here who knows that you will always wonder what's going on because they're used to you checking on them. So I do feel that this individual likes to have a chase here from you, Taurus. But right now, they are feeling a little bit burdened because you have stopped that. So I feel like Taurus has stopped the chase, stopped the gift giving, has just gone quiet. So this dormant energy here from you is setting this individual off. But they also feel like they can't really check on you either, not with what they can give. Let's see if they have the capacity here right now to hold this connection. No. But guess what? This person here is going to have to let go of certain scenarios and situations in their life. They can't have it all. I think this individual is very stubborn with their singlehood or the way that they need to have things be. This is an individual here who may be fearful of changing their lifestyle to make room for a relationship, yet they want it, yet they desire it. So this is an individual here, whether they like it or not, there are changes happening in their life, which is creating these moments of them realizing that they are in a complete free falling. That's what. No, we haven't gotten Aquarius yet. No, we just started NG. We're on Taurus first. So there's just something in this energy where I feel that things have completely exploded for this individual. All right. Can they take accountability here for Taurus? Well, they definitely have a new perception. Do you see what this is a shape of? As a heart. This is an individual here that I think at this point, with how much is dropping, whether it's relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's lifestyle, the lifestyle they're sustaining right now, Taurus, they can't contain. it is changing regardless. It is being removed regardless. And I really feel like the universe, when the tower here, the universe is coming in and doing this to this individual. So this is a person here who's kind of forced to sit with a different reflection in the quietness. And so their next move right now is to see the perception here of how long you have been in this picture through all of this BS, all of this. And I think you've been through this with this individual before. Will they choose courage over comfort here for you right now? The star, no, they're healing. Could be dealing with an Aquarius, all right? This individual here right now may even be going through the spiritual dark soul of the night here, where they are just really having to reevaluate their life, their inner wounds. So this person here, you may be heavily energetically in their mind and you may feel it a lot, but they're not really making moves towards you because this is a person here who's just trying to stay above water. They've had some massive losses here. I don't know if it's a loss, a job loss, a relationship loss. It could be even friendship changes. It could be lifestyle changes. They're just in the thick of it right now, Taurus of healing. All right. They just simply are. All right, advice here for you. What does your higher self want you to know? Remember, no reversals on the higher self messages. What does your higher self want you to remember about yourself? Two of Swords. There's a part of you where your higher self is saying, where you had been in denial with thinking that this individual would eventually choose you. But your higher self is saying, when are you going to choose you now? Because there's this energy here where I feel the Two of Swords, and that's why you've gone quiet, is that you are now going in and seeing which path here is right for me, regardless if this individual comes back or now. Taurus, your higher self, what is your power move now? Oh, look at this. Now, this isn't safe for you to confront or to fight, but this is also this energy here that down the road, as you choose yourself, as you keep going, as you continue not to look back, you're going to find that there's going to be other individuals here who are going to confront you, and then you get to choose. But the conflict and the confrontation here has a lot to do with staying put. Some of you have some of this fear of like, did I make the right decision, or should I hold off a little bit more? Or maybe it's going to be another month. This individual is in no energetic move here of moving towards you right now at this time. Okay. It could change, but Spirit's saying, and your higher self is saying, do not wait for your present energy of joy and happiness. All right. That's what I got here for you, Taurus. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side, and we're going to get up to Gemini. Gemini is up next. For those of you guys who are new to this channel, I'm going from the birthday month all the way down, but you're going to want to make sure you check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. If there's a particular sign that you're wanting to see or cross watch on, that's what we call cross watching. Well, you can absolutely look at their sign, but you're going to have to mirror the story as though it's yours. Okay. That's just how it works here at Harmonia. Gemini is up. Hello, Bernadette. Welcome. Welcome back, Unique. Thank you, Andrea, for that beautiful message. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Welcome back, Angel Eyes. Gemini, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. All right, gems. Toxic talk. The way you're speaking to each other is causing harm, not healing. Words have energy. Right now, they're wounding. So the two of you are just toxic to one another. Toxic to one another. Ulterior motives. Oh, man. Someone's words and actions aren't lining up, and that's not an accident. There's an agenda here, and love might not be it. All right. Web of lies. I feel like this Gemini is dealing with an individual here who's caught in a web of lies. Interesting. What caused this friction, Spirit? What caused this friction here between Gemini and their individual? Oh my God. Well, this doesn't feel good. Liar, cheater, betrayed. This never feels good. So this individual here did you dirty. Left you for dead. It was the final straw here for you with how they handle things. An emotional or behavioral fracture here. Ace of Pentacles. See, this is an individual here who made you a promise. Some of you a vow. Some of you were married to this individual. So that's why this hurts so bad. But this is something in regards to Gemini, a long-term commitment. So this is a person here who went against with what they offered you. Why the silence now? My gosh, Eight of Swords, so much swords here. Could be dealing with another air sign here or an earth sign. But here's the thing. Some of you, the part that drives you nuts about how this ended, because it did end. It ended pretty darn bad. Is that you probably had saw the signs, but you didn't want to believe it. And you had a moment here of questioning or having an out, but you didn't take it. Because this individual kept offering you a web of lives here. Why? Because I feel like their ulterior motives here was to have their cake and eat it too. I don't think that this individual here intended for you to find out about how they were living a double life or by their standards. They just wanted to have this life and that one too. They may have been tied to you because of, well, marriage for some of you, but also assets, right? Children could have also been involved in this too. Not for all of you, but some. Where they are fighting themselves right now, reversals are now up. Gosh, well, they're doing a lot of reflection on this relationship. Could be dealing with a Virgo heavily here. But, you know, I feel like this person here, if they are in a relationship, if you got discarded for another, they have gone quiet in that relationship too. This individual here, I feel, is on their own a lot or trying to create space for themselves. Is it ego? Is it fear? Is it pride or avoidance here? Queen of Cups here. Reversed. It was what's going through this person's mind right now is that they know that they emotionally manipulated you, made you second guess your own intuition. But also what they have lost here is the trust, the unconditional love bit. I mean, I really feel like this Gemini poured their soul into this relationship. And that's why I feel like you're a Black Widow. It did feel like death, but it also was death to the fact that the version that you thought this individual was died because it was not real. So yes, you are mourning, because this person here is not the same individual who you married or who you committed to or who you moved in with. Active resistance to stepping up, if any. Ace of Pentacles here reversed because they have nothing left to offer you. This person here has, I don't know, it's almost like they just took a bomb to this and annihilated everything. They ruined it not just for you, but they ruined it for themselves and the possibility here of even having a healthy relationship if they did choose another. Because this person isn't financially in a really good spot right now, Gemini. They have some insecurities here too of how they can reshape their life. Do they have the emotional architecture here, though, to even step up, say something, apologize, anything? I'm going to say no. Money is very specific to this individual. Money is super specific to this individual. Could have been a work affair for some of you. Some of you got cheated out because that's all they cared about was work or other people or family members. But the Three of Pentacles here reversed tells me that this person was yo-yoing. Like a Two of Pentacles is really standing out here. And the fact that, I feel like they took some investments or they hid to you some of the finances. It may have been siphoned to somewhere else, to someone else. That's horrible. But this individual has siphoned all of their assets now. They are, some of them very, very broke. Some of them are. Can they take accountability here? Three of Swords. Well, I mean, I would say that this individual, this is a rock. This heart is a rock, okay? So this individual here has a very hard protective shield on their heart. So they seem very cold, detached. They're even afraid to grieve this individual. So do I think that they have the capacity here to step up, to say something to you? No. What they would do is protect their own ass. Yeah. Too chicken. Are they doing good? Not really, but I also feel like this person here is trying to avoid, and I think that they're doing the same pattern. If they chose somebody else, they're doing the same pattern. If there is nobody else, they're looking for a replacement here to do the same pattern on. This person has a very codependent dynamic here, Gemini. They simply do. All right, let's see what your higher self has to say for you. Let's bring it back to you. What you need to remember here for yourself when it comes to love. 10 of Wands. You now officially, look at this. Look at these two tens. You officially know how much you can carry. BS. This relationship taught you that. How much BS you can carry. Do you need to carry that much BS moving forward? No. Spirit is saying, make sure that you can always be mindful and aware in the reflection here, and that you're not looking down here of overgiving and, doing things here where you are holding most of the relationship here actions. Your power move right now is in what you manifest, is in what you say. Be careful of your words right now. Especially right now, we have the Taurus new moon coming up here. This would be a great time here to call in what you're looking for, but also claiming that it's already here. How are you creating space for that? You can't just throw it out there. Spirit is saying, your higher self is saying, take the actions as though it's already here. Watch as things start unfolding for you. This relationship is creating space and room for what you truly deserve. All right. That's what I got here for you, Gemini. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you'd like to book a private reading, you can do so over the website. All right. We're going to move on to Cancer next. Cancer is up. Cancer is up. Guys, don't forget, we got a goal going on here on YouTube. Whether I know we got some Twitch watchers and Facebook watchers, but it is on YouTube. If we hit 5 targets this evening, we will unlock another collective bonus tonight. And what is that? Well, that's a Zodiac dice. So if that reading, resonated, or if you want more, that would be a great time here to go ahead and become a sponsor for the evening. Cancer is up. You're welcome, Angel. What's everyone's plans for this weekend? The weather's getting nice. I'm getting so excited. I am such an avid gardener, and I am ready to plant and get my gardens going. I simply am. So I plan on being outside most of the day tomorrow. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The single life. Embrace your independence, expand your horizons, and enjoy the solo journey when you are your best friend and attract the best. Okay. Different worlds. This connection crosses cultures, timelines, or belief systems, and that creates both fascination and friction. So I also feel this energy of not just like different cultures and belief systems. There could be a location that is, this could be long distance. That could be an issue here too. So could have traveled and met this individual, could have met this individual online as well. But I do believe you are currently single and mingling. Maybe this individual is doing the same. We shall see. But I think that for you, you're trying to enjoy your life right now. You just simply are. Sounds nice, Birdie. What is the friction here between these two? 9 of Cups. Oh, this is going to be one of those tough readings. We got a 9 here. The two of you like each other a lot. You do. Opposites attract. But how can you meet in the middle? The emotional or behavioral fracture here for Cancer. Wow. We have the Empress energy here. Libra or Taurus. Well, I'm going to say Cancer, this is more your energy, whether you're a masculine or a feminine. It's just, your worth. And you're open to receive love and devotion, and there's just a lot of sexual energy here as well. There just simply is. But I also feel, be careful if you're looking to extend the family, this may happen. But I also feel this energy here that when you two get together, this person here really dotes on you. Doesn't matter if you're a masculine here. Okay. This could be a feminine here who dotes on you, but it's in a very loving, nurturing, sincere way, not like over giving and taking massive actions. It's this person cares, or you care a lot. The dynamic here, which is causing this here, a lot of self-sabotage, not feeling good enough. Somebody here in this connection here may have projected a wound here and ran away. Listened. Why do I feel like this person here listened to the wrong advice, took wrong advice? Feels like that. Where are they fighting themselves here? Reversals are now up. I think this person here, listen, they light up when they are with you. But I also feel, could be dealing with a Leo. I also feel that this individual may have listened to their anxiety, their nerves, or other people's opinions that got in the way. And so right now, this person here is definitely feeling eclipsed and missing you. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance. The Fool here is this person here feels like they have messed up. They fumbled. They fumbled this. Don't go chasing waterfalls. And they did, didn't they? Didn't they? Right. I just feel intuitively here that somebody was listening to gossip or individuals who may have been jealous of this connection or did not like this connection because you did not fit in this circle, or there was just something here that others didn't see how you would fit in this life. So this person here was kind of thrown in here. I mean, they're an adult, but they feel like they swung into something that felt comfortable, or they chose individuals' advice. Active resistance to anything if they're stepping up here. 8 of Wands, they do want to step up here. I do feel like this person here actually wants to come and travel and visit you or do an unexpected visit, but this is not a person here who wants to call you. This is a person here who wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation. All right. So I do feel like there's 2 8s here. I do feel like this person here is waking up to taking some action here with you. Do they have the emotional archetype to do so? Queen of Swords, they do, but they also know that they have to face you. Now, I have a theory that the Queen of Swords used to be the Queen of Cups, which would put Cancer energy. All right. So I feel like this is your energy here of discernment, being very authentic, wanting to know the truth, and being very independent. So this is an individual here who knows if they step forward or come towards you that not only do they have to speak from the heart, but they have to be very honest with what their fears are as well. They just simply do. Okay. So this is a person here who's a little bit nervous when it comes to the sword, but also knows that you're an individual here who would take the time to listen, but they got one shot at this. They do. Can they take the accountability here? We have the 3 of Cups here reverse. This individual currently right now is moving away from third-party situations. So that's not just other people that they may have been dating, but also relationships or friendships, or some of you family that had gotten into this person's ear here to give them some insecurities to self-sabotage something that actually worked. It did. And so that's what this person is doing right now. They are creating some space here from individuals here that have no business in this relationship to begin with. Will they choose courage over comfort? 7 of Wands. I think they will. I think this person here is going to come through. But here's the thing. They know with the 7 of Wands, you're kind of more the elephant that we'll never forget. But this is an individual here who I do feel wants to apologize. Now, some of you, it's going to be up to you, okay? And we're going to see what the higher self says. But they do want to apologize here for being so defensive and not choosing you. They did choose fear out of the whole scenario here, all right? Advice here for you, Cancer, from your higher self. Hey, Papa. Hey, Star. Thanks for hanging out. Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is not just about honesty and truthful energy here with the Queen of Swords, but your higher self here says you should be able to ask questions, absolutely, but also have discernment. Be very assertive here. Do not let your emotions override. Do not. Seek clarity. Clarity will get you where you need to be. Your power move here for you. The 2 of Wands. Again, this is distance here with that world. See, the world is in your hands. But an individual here who is coming your way is also offering you something regarding their world. And so your higher self is saying here, let their words and their actions meet. And this may be something here where it's not overnight that they change, but it's a consecutive energy here that if you choose to do this, make sure that they are in rhythm with one another, their actions and their words. Right? That's what I got here for you, Cancer. If this resonated, go ahead and hit a like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side of Harmonia Friends community. And if you'd like to book a private reading, you most certainly can over at Harmonia. We're going to move on to Leo. Thanks, Star. I had a couple of people. Star, did you see my little cheat sheet that I gave you on Facebook? We're going to be having that on. I have to set YouTube up too, but I'm going to be telling that to my moderators too. We have some easy bots coming in to help you not have to repeat the same thing over and over again. Thank you, Papa, for going over in Twitch. Thanks, guys. We're really trying hard to get that affiliation. Well, be sure, go check your check your messengers, because it gives you the cheat codes to use tonight. Because I think you'll have fun with them. Because you won't be typing everything all over the place. You just have to type the code and it will come on up. Leo is I'm excited to get that working on YouTube, but I'm still getting new at it. I'm trying to automate things as much as possible. Except the readings, of course. But so I can pay more attention to you guys. Leo, my lions. Guys, we have a target going on here. We do. We have a target going on here. Make sure you hit that target on YouTube. We need 5 donations to unlock the collective dice, because if we don't get the Faded Dice reading, you only have 1 collective bonus. There's still time. It's still early, but we're almost an hour in. We're at Leo already. Leo, once a cheater. History has a habit of repeating itself with accountability is missing. Cheating isn't just a mistake. It's a pattern until it's healed. Oh my gosh. So you're dealing with a cheater. Someone new, someone unexpected could soon shift your perspective on love. You're not done discovering what your heart is capable of. You know, here's the thing. Leo, you got new love coming your way, but you also have an individual here who cheated you out. And I feel that the only time this person is actually maybe going to look at you is when that new love is here. So just know that new love is coming towards you right now. It says unexpected could soon shift your perspective on love. So this is not with this individual. Right now, I'm telling you right now, it's not this person. The pattern with this individual, well, it changed you. Could have been dealing with a Scorpio. Massive change. This was a rebirth here for you when this happened. The fracture in this dynamic. Queen of Cups. Ooh. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Well, you could have been dealing with an individual here who was an avoidant. Who could not express their emotions or feelings, who could have manipulated when it came to emotions, you know, whether it got very irritable, angry, or just went silent. I think that this individual here knew exactly what they were doing, though. Active resistance here for this individual. What is the active resistance here? Ooh. 8 of Pentacles. Well, They're in another relationship. They're in another relationship. Their active resistance to this connection is because they are in the midst of, well, putting all of their hard efforts and work into another connection. Hey, Lisa. Reversals are now up. Where are they fighting themselves? This is an individual. Not only are they a person here who's very methodical and takes their time, but it's interesting how quickly they're moving with another individual. It's almost like they picked up where you guys left off, and everything that you wished or desired, they pulled on to another relationship, which sucks. All the things that you had asked for to snail pace, all of a sudden they're at the pace here to give it to another. Well, just remember, when they do that, they pick easier. Ego, fear, or pride, or avoidance when it comes to Leo, the Fool. Avoidance. Avoidance. This is a person here who picks easy. This is a person here who does absolutely chase waterfalls, tries to be optimistic here, and swings right into another connection here. Emotionally, will avoid trying to fix or confront or bring anything up about how they feel or what they can do. And at this point, this person felt anyways that it was too late. So their way was just finding a replacement. Active resistance here. 5 of Wands. Again, look how they said nothing. But they did have a lot to say, but they were talking to the wrong person. I feel that anytime there was any kind of emotional support or need, they ran to another individual to talk it out with because it was easier. So you were too, and I know this is going to trigger some of you, but you were too demanding. It was too much. They may even said that to you. You're too much. It's too much pressure. Eight of Swords. Yeah. This person could have absolutely have changed the story here as though they felt trapped with you. They played victim to this scenario here. They felt stuck with you. They just wanted to get out. They wanted some freedom, and they found it in the arms of somebody else. God forbid they actually try to talk to you, who could have been the key. Can they take accountability here? With the Wheel of Fortune, I would say no, because this individual not only believes that because this is how naive they are. They believe every step that they take will lead them to something better. So they keep taking these trust falls and saying, well, destiny is leading me here. Destiny is leading me here. But they're gambling really good connections that they refuse to take accountability on. So in their eyes, they're with the person in their destiny, you know? But what they refuse to see here is the mess that they left. Will they choose courage over comfort? I here to tell you no. This person's going to remain silent. They're not changing. They're not healing. Aquarius energy. This is an individual here who's looking at this very negative, very blamey. Welcome, Angel. What you need to remember about yourself, your higher self message here. This hurt. This hurt. But it's dead. It's also deader than dead. Now, once you hit the rock bottom, you rise, you're up. And even though it may not feel like that right now, or some of you say, I'm not in anything, that's because this is the point here of healing, because you are creating space here for something new. You're a whole new version, your higher self is saying. You had to go through a death. Absolutely. But the actions your higher self wants you to do, and these are swift actions, is not to stay in the spot here of final, it's over, I have to, like, nothing's going forward to me, but it's movement. Your higher self is telling you every move that you make, every decision and path that you take, be open to look around you. Don't keep taking the same route either. Travel, have fun, go on vacations, take yourself out on the date. Watch as you quickly start getting closer and closer to not only understanding and identifying the new person you are, but that you are also attracting an individual here who's so much more aligned to you. All right? That's what I got here for you, Leo. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you'd like to book a private reading, you most certainly can do so over at Harmonia. We're going to move on to Virgo next. Thank you, Debbie, for your donation. We are now four donations away. This is only on YouTube, not yet on Twitch. We're still new on Twitch, but we appreciate you guys, but we're not quite there yet. We're building up to get to there. Once we get that there, we can. But we are 4 away on YouTube. Once we unlock this, guys, we will unlock another collective bonus this evening. Debbie has started it. We need 4 more. Looks like we got quite a few new individuals here on Twitch. Just to remind, let me see if I can do it. Star, let me know if Star, see, if you put the words in there, it will tell you. It has all of the little things in there. Nightbot's on. It does trigger it. So this lets new individuals here know what's going on over there. We're going to set this up for YouTube too. I wanted to play around with it on here, but we're doing that all for this area too, so that you guys don't have to keep typing the same shit over and over again. That's why I said, look at your key that I sent you on Facebook, because there's a whole bunch of them. Yeah, Nightbot is working hard. Shirley, thank you so much for the donation, guys, because you just helped out the collective here this evening. We are now, and Angel Eyes, thank you so much. Man, guys, you guys are just blowing through this. We are now 2 donations away from unlocking the collective bonus. Sending you all so much love, so much love. Thank you, thank you. You guys rock. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. And we can also set up interactive games over there, Star. I'm going to do that too. That's my weekend job. Like, you can buy virtual coffees and shit. I'm like, what is this about? Let's do it. Star can buy people around. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Here we go. Thank you, Deb. Debbie says we're going to hit that target. We are. We're close to it. Virgo, what's going on here with this individual and you? Happily ever after. You're no longer wondering if it's the right person. You're building something beautiful with them. Physical passion. This connection is charged with the desire. Just make sure hearts aren't getting lost in the heat. So this feels good. This is a very passionate connection. Let's see what happened here. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. What happened here? Oh, I think there's some hidden emotions here. That's all. Could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I think someone's very much deeply in the feels with you. Thank you, Birdie. Thank you so much. We will count that sticker. I do believe that this individual has high feelings for you, very passionate, very loving, sincere, but they do tend to go quiet. They need some time here and space to I think their emotions kind of overwhelm them. So they kind of have a shy side to them. Okay. Interesting. The emotional or behavioral fracture here. 2 of Cups. Oh my gosh. This really 3 of Cups. I mean, you two, this is a hot relationship. I don't know, Virgo, you're in a see me connection, but here's the thing. I think this person is overwhelmed with emotions here of the next steps. I think that this is a person here who doesn't want to mess it up. The dynamic here right now, look at this. Queen of Swords. So I think this Queen of Swords is more you. I do. I feel like this Queen of Swords is more you. You may have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, but if it's flip the narrative. Someone here is asking questions, making sure they're okay. Another individual here is answering really short, like, yeah, I'm good, I'm fine. But they're having a hard time expressing how much you mean to them. I do feel like this person has very deep and big emotions here, but the big emotions here is happily ever after. So this person here may have some cold feet here when it comes to a deep connection. Reversals are now up. Where they are fighting themselves right now. Talking, opening up, expressing motivation here to also face this. They know. They know. There's been a crossroads here. So either this person has gone quiet on you or is just really, they're very surfaced. But the conversation here with you, they know has to be a deep one, a big one. Where is this going? What's happening here? What's the next level? Some of you, this is up leveling a commitment. This could be moving in with one another. This could be marriage. Could be making something official. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance here. 6 of Swords here. Here's the thing. They're such a forward. This person here is always lost in what's ahead. And so even though you may feel like they're steps behind you, no, they're actually way, way forward. So what happens is that this individual here gets kind of stuck with, how do I get this bridge, or how can this be perfect? And so this is an individual here who feels a little bit stuck on how to bridge this relationship. Now, the other thing is, if this is a long distance relationship, that could be big, because this person here may be really heavily considering relocating entirely to be with you. And so that's a big move. Welcome, David. The Chariot. I told you, a huge ass move. They're scared. They're scared because they're in unfamiliar territory. I think that this is for an individual who's never been in really a connection that's gone this far, or they've been this serious about. Now, for some of you, do not force this this reading to fit for you. So this is definitely for those of you where you are in a deep connection. There could be long distance, but there's just something here in this level about, where is this going? What's next? And this individual here has been really lost in their head how to make this move. We have Cancer energy. Something here about the summers coming up. Do they have the emotional architecture here? We have the Nine of Pentacles here reversed. See, in the past, this individual had a very codependent scenario. And so this is a person here who's wanting to set something right here. And they are, all right? They don't want to be in a relationship here where they disrupt your life or this relationship hinders theirs as well. They want to grow with you. And so this is a person here who's kind of dealing with some instabilities here. And they may have been in relationships in the past that were very codependent on this individual. And so that's why they're very slow in the process of the directions that they go. Can they take the accountability here with Virgo? Oh my God. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. For those of you who want this, claim it. I think this person is really, look at this lotus flower. It is so open. It is someone here who not only wants to open their heart and their love to you, but it's so unconditional that they are willing to relocate. They are willing to make a big move. They're willing to take the actions here for you. So this is a person here who's leaving a lot behind here. But please keep in mind here too that this individual is also having a very huge emotional awakening here. Okay. Their gifts have expanded in a big way. I think that a lot of you have a very telepathic connection with this individual. You could actually be in the same room with this person and have those conversations with just staring at one another. Will they choose you over comfort here? Look at this. We got the moon. Okay. So here's the part where Spirit says you have to let it naturally unfold. All right. That's part of the mystery. That's part of the romance part of it. And that's also part of the delulu of the moon. I do feel like with the Taurus new moon coming up, you may be hearing from this individual. And you may get subtle hints here that this person here is way more serious in the moves that they are making. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Advice here for you, Virgo. Be patient. Be patient, Sagittarius energy, because this relationship here will be worth it. Not for you to wait, but for you to be present and enjoy your life. This is not a person here who leaves you waiting. This is an individual here who I do believe is making a big move to have a deep conversation here with you. So if you have been in the waiting pattern here, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not for you. I do not want to put anyone in delulu. Your higher self here says some of you want to believe it. I knew it. Some of you want to believe it. Yeah. Okay. But here's the thing. Your higher self says if you walked away with trust and understanding, the right person will walk on in here for you. If there's an individual here who's arrogant, refuses, or to take any kind of accountability, then that's not your person. All right. That's what I got here for you, Virgo. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, you can always get more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you want a personal reading, you can go over to my website as well. We're going to move on to Libra. Libra is next. Libra is next. See, are you liking it? Are you liking it, Star? I saw that you're using Nightbot. See? I'm learning. I know. We're going to be using elements, though. We're going to be switching over to elements. It has more stuff to do. I'm learning. I'm a noob, but I'm learning. I'm like hardcore learning. How can we use these bots to our advantage? Libra. Libra is up next. I had to give some shout outs here because we got some donations in that came out during the reading. Thank you again, Birdie and Angel, for making donations. They do count towards the live this evening. We are now one donation away from unlocking the collective bonus here on YouTube that will be shared with Twitch and on Facebook as well. Libra is up next. Libra. Infatuation. It feels electric, but remember, it's easy to mistake a new crush for love. Keep your heart in check while you ride the high. Puppy love? You dealing with some puppy love? Aligned future. The connection feels solid because you're both facing the same direction. This is a partnership with purpose. Oh, but I heard soul purpose. Okay. So if it's a soul purpose relationship here, it could be one that enlightens you with spiritual awakening. It could be a lesson. Please keep in mind. Okay. Could be a lesson, but we're going to see. Welcome, Mushroom. Remember, no reversals on initial story play here. What's the pattern here between the two of you? 10 of Cups. Well, it looks great. Why do I feel like this relationship escalated very quickly? Libra, I feel like this person here feels like home to you. So either this was a deep friendship that turned into like a family dynamic, or you started as friends and it just all of a sudden felt like family right off the bat, like you guys have been married for 20 years. Do you two bicker with one another as though you've been married? The emotional behavioral fracture of this relationship here, well, Page of Swords. You got a thinker. You got an individual here who needs to step back. Maybe this is a person here who doesn't see it. It doesn't mean that they're not evaluating it, but I do feel that the two of you are very happy when you're together. But I feel that this Libra has an infatuation with this individual, a crush, right? So they evaluate it. They look at it. What's with the look at, I told you. You know, I also feel like this individual may have either they're in another connection or they are just very comfortable with just being friends. So I do feel this Libra got friend zoned by an individual. Are they looking at this from a different level? They are. They're evaluating it, but they've gone quiet here because I also feel this person feels comfortable with just being friends. They may have their eye wandering somewhere else. Where they are fighting themselves, reversals are now up. Oh, they're going completely against their intuition. This is a person here. You mean I just think this person gets stuck in their head a lot. But they're also fighting every sign or dynamic. They don't want to look at it that way. And so to them, this feels I don't know, maybe the two of you are opposite from one another. But to them, it's like, how could this work? How could this ever work? Yet you work very well with one another already. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance. Hangman, is this person stuck on you? If you don't think that this person's not thinking about you, they are heavily thinking about you. But the problem is they are like, I don't know how I feel about Libra, but at the same, but they're not doing anything about it. They just sit there. Is this real? I almost feel that they're kind of shocked with how expressive you are and loving And why? I think they almost ask this question of like, why does Libra even see me that way? I think they've never had anyone chase them, not the way you do. I think this individual is used to being the one who chases others. So they're kind of like thrown off. You know what it is? The two of you mirror one another. Active resistance here to stepping up. The Three of Swords here. Like, look at the rock. Hard rock here. They don't even want to admit that they're heartbroken over you, because that would mean that there's something more there. And so this is an individual. Look at this, 3 and 3. And honestly, the 12 comes to a 3. This is a person here who sees this dynamic as comfortable, loving, sincere, but is afraid to fully fall into it because they will lose it all, lose themselves. They're afraid to lose themselves. Do they have the emotional architect here to move forward here for Libra? Oh boy. Well, right now, this person is going through the Great Awakening, which is a spiritual lesson here. Okay. They're going through an ego death. This individual's life has been turned upside down. So if you've gone quiet, Libra, on this individual, I think that there's a lot of things that this individual is evaluating of what makes a family. Some of them are realizing that the people that they are with are not really helping them in life. Put it that way. It's not allowing them to grow. They may have even outgrown these people, individuals, or even if it is someone here that they were trying to chase, they're starting to question why. You have opened something into this individual that has caused something where they cannot go back to their life, their old lifestyle. They can't. So right now, this individual's world is falling to pieces. Not because you left, but because they are left with their ego. Can they take accountability here to step up for Libra? I think right now that this person feels very unmotivated to do so because they lack worth. They don't feel like they're enough. This is a person here who feels very discouraged. They feel like they've already lost you, and they've lost themselves. They may be also in this energy here of pretending everything's okay, getting very feisty and irritable around others. I do feel like they attack people who bring your name up. It's like, and I mean, the attack here is like, I'm over it, you know, but they're not. Will they choose courage over comfort? It's not that they won't choose courage. They're being forced right now to unlock all of the stuff in their heart. They're very wounded. Honestly, if I were to see this person, I would see more of a child, more than I would an adult. So this individual has a lot of inner child wounds that are being taken out. This just reminds me of tricycle right there. So this is an individual here who's kind of like the training wheels have been removed and now they feel very unstable, but it's because they're starting to reflect on the ways that they may have self-sabotaged not only this relationship, but other relationships as well in the past, not just you. What your higher self wants to let you know. No reversals. Oof. They got a big ego. And nobody wins against the ego. No, you just can't, right? Sometimes you're just forced to walk away. And your higher self is saying, thank you for walking away. because it took you to turn your back onto this individual. And I felt like it was accepting this individual, that how they were stating things, how they were looking at things. You just had to believe them at one point, even though that their emotions said something differently. Your higher self is also letting you know that your power move has always been in the fact that you can lead. And you tend to be, Libra, the one that leads by example. But your higher self is saying the next individual who comes your way is also a leader, and also a person here who will not just pass that baton to you, but work with you, be there with you. The desire will be matching. It will be evolving. So, yes, you made the right decision. And is this person stepping up? No. All right. That's what I got here for you, Libra. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to move on to Scorpio next. Scorpio is up. Welcome, media on Twitch. I won't sugarcoat, Angel. I won't. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are one donation away on YouTube from unlocking the Faded Dice, the collective reading for the all signs this evening. And if we unlock it for everybody, not just YouTube, but on Twitch and on Facebook. So who will be the next donator? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. No strings attached. It starts with no strings, but even the most casual ties can tangle fast when the boundaries get blurred. Oh boy. So it started with mutual connection. Didn't label it. Blocked. Oh my God. I hate this for Scorpio. It stings to be blocked, but try not to take it personally. Value those who value you and don't chase the ghost. So this is a person here who you had a deep connection with. Physical attraction was off the charts with this individual. You thought something was real here, Scorpio. But also, I feel you got ghosted in a really big way. This person blocked you. The pattern that caused the severing. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. We have the Star. Could have been dealing with an Aquarius. Well, this is a card here of faith, being vulnerable, exposed. You saw through this person. You exposed this individual in a different way. Interesting. Friskers just jumped in. You better not come on this reading. You better go behind the chair now. Come on. Sorry. I thought he was going to jump on the screen. Guys, might have only just got a Friskers there. What else is going on here? Oh, Two of Wands here is the emotional or behavioral fracture of this individual. So this is an individual here who felt exposed, vulnerable with you, and it's scared. They ran. They just kind of left you there and they ran. Whether they ran towards another connection, ran towards something else that felt safer, they ran. No, I was talking to Friskers. A cat just jumped on the table. I thought he was going to knock everything over. Emperor. Aries energy. Very controlling, very egotistical, but at the same time, very strategic. So this was a strategic move here. They thought they could quickly get over you. Let's see how things are going now. They thought they could quickly get over you. I think this person's watching you. I think this person's watching you more heavily behind the scenes than they did while they were with you or around you. Reversals are now up. Where they are fighting themselves here. Oh my God, this person manipulates. Yes, they do. They like the hunt. They 100% love the hunt here. So I feel that you have an individual here who is hoping that you will chase, is hoping that you will try to find them, open up to them. But it's like, let's see how far Scorpio can go in my silence. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance here with this collective here. Man, they're prideful. You know, what's wild about this is they know that you're an individual here that never forgets. So it's almost this energy here of like, well, I'm going to get an earful when I hear from them, and they're going to tell me everything and every moment where they had questions, and they're not going to forget, because I feel like this individual dodged questions with you to give answers. And so this is a person here who kept dodging the bullet with you. Active resistance here. The active resistance here is this toying energy, but also this energy of, will you forgive me? Will you open up to me? Can you be the one to make the big move before I do? There's a maturity here. I also feel like there's a big age difference between the two of you. And if it's not an age difference, it's a maturity difference with this person. They're hoping that you open the door, even though that they're the one who closed it. They want to know and see if you desire about them. They think, first of all, this person's so vain. They think every post, everything on social media, every nudge is about them. And you may just be posting other stuff that has nothing to do with them. Do they have the emotional archetype? No. This is a person here where they try to reap the rewards of your progress. They like the chase, but they're also a hunter. So I almost see them sitting here like squatting around waiting for you to show up like a deer in one of those houses. They're patient. They'll be open to it if you show up. Can they take accountability? I can't believe I have to pull this card after this reading, but I'm going to say no. Justice is reversed. Okay. No. God forbid they look like the bad guy or a bad gal. This is an individual here who would rather it be on you. Will they choose comfort over courage here? Comfort in the arms of an angel, because they play victim to every situation. And I do feel like they're being comforted by another. I don't know who this person is. Could be a mother, could be a friend. But I do believe that this person here plays victim to the scenario and is like, please have compassion for me. This is really hard for me. Well, they're the ones who blocked you. They're the ones who ran from you. But they will switch the narrative here. What your higher self wants to say to you, Scorpio. No reversals on your higher self message. Not only did they walk away, but your higher self says, congratulations for you walking away too. You didn't chase after this individual. You trusted your intuition that this individual was a fool. Your current power move. Your current power move here has to do with specific relationships now in your life. Because of this, you have better connections here with family, with friends, and you really look upon reciprocity different now. It's not I give a little, you give a little. It's about being 100% in a relationship. And sometimes you got to pull weight here, but you look at relationships differently with individuals. Okay. Justice is here, the scale. Okay. How is it fair? Because everybody's not gonna be able to pull their weight 24/7. That's not how relationships work. But there's gonna be times here where you're gonna have to put a little bit more. But if you both are in a connection, whatever the connection is, friendship, family, whatever, your higher self says it's 100% when you put in that connection. And so for you, this is an individual here who put 100% on you to do it. All right. And your higher self says, thank you for not doing that anymore. That's what I got here for you, Scorpio. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side, Harmonia Friends Community. And if you want to book a private reading, you most certainly can over at my website. We're going to move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius is up. We have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. We do have one bonus, but will we make another bonus? Because we are one donation away on YouTube. One donation away. We need one more sponsor tonight. Who's it going to be? Sagittarius. Who's got Saggy in their chart? Where are my Saggies at? I usually get a lot of Sagittarius and Libra collective. Guys, don't forget, if you're jumping on here, that everything is timestamped. We started with Taurus. We're working our way down. Don't forget, there's always a collective bonus at the end as well, so you may get a reading there too. Sagittarius, here we go. What's going on here? Oh, Sagittarius is done settling. You're no longer lowering the bar to make love fit. If it's not meeting you at your level, it's not meant for you. So there's something about this connection that made you grow in the self-love department, which is a beautiful thing. Here at Harmonia, we love self-love. Money matters. Money is becoming a pressure point in this connection, whether it's overspending, income gaps, or fear of scarcity. Interesting. Did somebody here? Hopefully the Sagittarius didn't get used for their money. But others of you were dealing with an individual here who got really used for their money and may have put some fears on you because of past situations. The pattern that caused this, remember, no reversals on initial story play. 2 of Wands. Well, you have an individual here who's an opportunist. Now, if there's a third party scenario here, it doesn't necessarily mean this person cheated on you. Money could just have been the matter. All right. This individual could have been more focused on their finances, their work, their materialistic. I feel like you're dealing with a materialistic individual. The emotional or behavioral fracture of this individual. Look at all this movement. Well, this person went another direction. They didn't stick with you. Did you see Friskers? He just jumped on there. Get off the table, dude. You're not allowed on this table. I don't know why you started jumping up here. I do not like that. Oh my God, the devil. The devil is here. Capricorn energy. Well, collective, you're dealing with an individual who there's a toxic trait to this person, but this person here is very narrow-minded and focused. And right now, the focus is on lust, on what their desires are, and has nothing to do with your desires. It has nothing to do with your desires. Where they are fighting themselves. Oh my God, 10 of Cups. They're fighting themselves because they're consistently chasing the rainbow for the pot of gold. So they wouldn't even know what it tastes like because they're constantly chasing something that's not even there or real right now. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance. Ace of Pentacles. No. This has everything to do about them. Listen, they want more. Some of you, they look at the stature of this as less. So I know this sounds horrible, but it's like maybe they see you as someone here who they can't earn more with. Or maybe they're looking for somebody here who makes more money. I know it sounds horrible, but I think this person is an opportunist and they're looking for security, and they care about money and stability. And if there's nothing there where they can't take from you, then that's not adding up to what they want, which is the 10 of Cups. They're very materialistic, this individual. Active resistance to stepping up. Because all they care about is swing. Like they just care about what makes them happy, what can provide to them. They're not an individual here who will provide for others. This is an escape artist. This is a con artist. This is an individual here who would go after everything when it comes to desires. They want plenty of things to have a good time, but they have no desire to put any work in any connection unless it makes them feel like they would marry someone just for their money, even if they weren't attracted to that individual. Do they have the emotional architecture here to bring up? No. And you're not the first person they did this with. Some of you, this is a deadbeat father, mother, whatever it is. They have children that they don't even support. This would be a person here who dodges child support. Why? Because they're always looking for the next opportunity, someone here to take care of them and all of their baggage. Can they take the accountability here? Nope, because they are always wearing a mask. They pick the best parts to you. But the thing is they can't even remember all of their lives. So this individual is fumbling left and right for their stories because they can't keep it straight. They can't. So are they exposed right now? Yeah, because they can't even remember what stories they told other individuals. So this person here is heavily, and some of you, this person here has an addiction of some sort here, whether it is a sex addiction here, whether it is a chemical addiction here to substance, or negative mindset here. This is a person here who is consistently wanting to feel good, have a high. And so if that high doesn't happen, it's like it destroys their world. They don't have to deal with it. Will they choose courage over comfort here? No, they're going to consistently find this pot of gold, or look or search for this pot of gold. And this is a person here who will probably talk about all of the days of how they survived. And so what happens when you have someone here who's completely, and not saying that everybody can't play a victim, but when you play victim and say you're a survivor and you want to claim it, then that's all you can truly be. You'll never be able to grow. You'll never be able to thrive because you live off scraps. And that's what this individual is doing. They're living off scraps. They just simply are. Higher self message here for you. What do you need to remember about yourself? This was not worth the fight, but this also was brutal, a huge confrontation. They put you in the middle of a shit show. And your higher self says, no, you did not deserve that treatment, but it was also something that you needed to see to get out of it. It was enough for you to see to get out of it. Your power move now here, look at this, 6 of Wands, you're glowing up. That Ace of Wands here tells me this Sagittarius is going through a glow up. And if you're not there now, you will be getting there. Because this individual, not only did they fumble, there's no way for this person to come back with the choices that you have, whether it is love, career. There are a lot of individuals here who see your worth, see your value, but also I do see you way more passionate, creative. I see you making something out of this to be very beautiful. I don't know if you're an artist of some sort, poetry, musician. There's something that's creative coming out of this. It wasn't for nothing. It allowed you to have your spark, especially when it comes to your self-worth. All right. That's what I got here for you, Sagittarius. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we're going to move on to Capricorn next. Cappies are up. Give me a second, guys. Thank you, Debbie. Well, that's it, guys. We did it. We did it. Or you guys did it. Our sponsors did. You guys officially reached the goal. So we will be having the second collective bonus after these readings. Debbie, thank you so much. I appreciate you. She was a woman of her word. She said, in Capricorn, I will do it. Yes, we hit our goal. We did. So those of you who are new on Twitch going, what's a goal about it? It's because we unlocked the faded dice. And the faded dice here allow your zodiac sign to be rolled again. So we never know what happens. It's faded. That's the whole fun of it. All right, Cappies, here we go. Oh boy, friend zoned. One of you wants more, but the other only sees this as a friendship. You can't force chemistry when it's not there, Capricorn. Mm. Same mistake. Thank you, Roy. I appreciate it. Different face, same emotional fallout. Until you choose differently, you'll keep attracting the same script. Dang. Why do I feel like for you, Capricorn? Shit. I can't say this nicely. I just feel like there's this energy of somebody here liking your attention, liking spending time with you. The two of you have a really good time. Maybe going to the movies is something that's big here for you. But, or, relaxing, Netflixing, whatever it is. But I feel this energy that a person, when they're bored, you're always there for them. Always there. You're the person here that is the filler for them. Yeah. We have the Ace of Cups here. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. But the pattern here is that you're so unconditional. You're so loving, so honest, so trustworthy that you have so much to pour into this individual. But dang, do they hide their emotions? Even if they say, I love you, I feel like it comes off as, I love ya. Or this would be a person here who would do the movie Ghost. Remember how he couldn't say I love you? He said ditto. Ditto. The emotional fracture of this connection. Oh my God. It got so heavy. They didn't want to believe it. They didn't want to be accountable for this, for saying this. I feel like this person here is like, who would say to you, I'm not quite sure yet. Let's just take it slow. And then they would call you the next day and be like, hey, how you doing? I've been thinking about you all night. And you're like, what? Like, that's how confusing this individual was. It's like, well, you call me all the time. You want to hang out with me all the time. You don't want to put a label on it. What made this inevitable? Yeah, friends. It was safer for this individual to be in this comfort zone here of friendship. Some of you met through work or through mutual friends. This isn't a short-term friendship. I feel like this is something here where you've been zoned in a long time, watching this person be in other relationships for some of you. Reversals are now up. They will be affected by that first row. Where are they fighting themselves? Eight of Wands, making the distance, making a move. This is where this person here gets stuck. And I feel like this has been, I don't think this has been a short silence or short like quietness with this person. It's like it's been quiet for quite some time, more than they would like it to be. But I think that you got very burdened by always being the one to be there for this person. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance. Oh. I would say that this individual kept a lot of secrets from you, but you are very intuitive and detail oriented because you're a Capricorn. I think that you could read between the lines that this individual here was scared. Scared. Active resistance here to stepping up. 4 swords. Oh my gosh. Because the idea of taking accountability, the idea of becoming a couple meant accountability, meant the fear of rejection, losing you. So it was easy to keep it in that safe zone. Capricorn, do they have the emotional architecture here to step forward here? The Seven of Cups here is saying that every situation that this individual, look, their hands are like, they're not happy. They're not trying to replace you. They're trying to keep their mind busy. And it's not working at all, because they feel like it is all on their pumps. They know exactly what they did. There's that red again. All right. Their hands are dirty. This person did a dirty move on you. Either they just went silent on you, ran from you, or just played dumb as a stump, going, I don't know what you're talking about. Why? I don't know why we just can't be friends. But you had to do the dirty work, meaning you had to be the one that had to pull away. You had to be the one who says, I can't do this. I can't keep making the same mistake. I can't keep opening the door here when you do not want to be vulnerable with me. Can they take the accountability here? Page of Wands here, reverse, not right now. They're not fearless. It's the person here who's running with their hands as guilty. They have a guilty conscience right now. Will they choose comfort or courage? I'm going to say with the King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, they're going to choose comfort, but in the fact here of blaming and playing victim. It was too much. I wasn't ready. They pushed me. They're going to blame. Do they have a lot of emotions for you? They do, but they don't know what to do with it. This person here lacks their own self-love, and that's a hard thing, because it's like when a person lacks it, they really can't love others. They can't, because they don't really have a lot of love for themselves. They've been playing this game for quite some time. What you need to remember about yourself, these are your higher self messages. These are not reversed. Your higher self message here is, man, your higher self says, it may have hurt to feel like, I feel like there's a part of you that this Capricorn may, even though that you got betrayed, there's a part of you that feels like you betrayed this individual because you couldn't carry the weight here of just being friends anymore. But your higher self says, thank you for choosing us. Thank you. Because even though this hurts, this also means there's a rebirth here coming your way. Your power move now, the moon, is trusting your intuition, is not allowing the fear and the illusions to get in the way from you moving forward. Because fear and illusions can come back up with this individual as though, did I make the right decision by cutting them off or choosing me? Your higher self says, no. You are choosing the path here of the unknown because you deserve better. That's what I got here for you, Capricorn. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community. If you like to book a private reading, you most certainly can over at Harmonia. We're going to move on to Aquarius. Aquarius is up next. And we did get another donation here. Thanks again, Roy, for your donation. And welcome for being a new subscriber here. I hope you are enjoying the channel. And make sure you're checking your other placements as well, because we still have the collective readings coming up too. There's more to come. There's more to come. It's actually you are the one who's spot on. That's why I love intuition so much. And, you know, as a not just a tarot reader, I'm also a spiritual intuitive coach. I help people with intuitive development, but that's the whole fun of this is when you're open to it and say, okay, is this for me? What messages will I receive? It becomes spot on to you when you're ready. It's very cool how that works. Aquarius. Who's got Aquarius in their chart? Aquarius is up. We have Aquarius, Pisces, Aries. We have 2 bonuses because you guys unlocked the bonus train. Guys, make sure you are liking. And for those on you on Twitch, thank you for the follows. We have a lot of new people coming in through Twitch. Star and Papa are helping out over there. Papa's been here too. He's been dividing his time. He's a good guy. Papa, I saw your share today of you parking that rig. Congratulations on that. Wow, you deserve a little bit of a break being a truck driver. I always give shout outs to those individuals because holy crap, those trucks can be huge. The fact that you parked that, I was like, holy shit, that's a big rig. What do they consider that? I need to know the lingo here. I need to set it right. Yeah, truck drivers, man, like they deserve so much credit because the wear and tear on their bodies from just driving and getting to a place and a designation and driving this. He's driving a tanker hazmat semi. That is not small. That shit is big. I can't imagine. I would have such anxiety. All right, Aquarius is up. I have anxiety parking my Compass Jeep, which is a toy car, parallel parking. I can't even imagine. I would die. Aquarius, here we go. Sacred admirer. There's someone in your orbit who's totally into you, but they haven't found the nerve to make a move. Oh boy. So you have someone here who's doting on you. What else about this person? Divine timing. Things may feel slower and certain, but the universe is right on time. Love is unfolding exactly when it's meant to be. I don't feel like you're in much communication with this individual. I don't. But they have feelings for you more than they want to lead on. Okay, what's going on here? Remember, no reversals on initial story play here. Man, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you may have someone here who's got fire in their chart, but this is an individual here who's got a lot going for themselves. They're very passionate. Could be an extrovert, an artist, very creative. Now, this could be you too, because it's an admirer. What's a fracture here in this connection? Oh my gosh. Well, this is a bummer. This person's in another connection. divine timing. They're in a connection. This person is in a connection. But 4 with this, 5 tells me that they're conflicted right now. They feel like they're with the wrong person. The dynamic here, oh my gosh. Sagittarius energy. So, you know what it feels like? The two of you are like two passing ships. And I feel like this is an individual here that you have a deep friendship with. I don't believe you ever had a full-on relationship with this individual. Why? Because they're in another connection. But they also really admire you. And the admiration has to do with how confident you are, how creative you are. Gosh, I think this person here daydreams a lot about you. They're in your vicinity, they're in your circle. So I want to say it's a friendship circle. So I do believe this is a friend. Where they are fighting themselves. Reversals are now up. Oh my gosh. The fight here is 1 and 2. I feel like this individual here may have been in a moment in their life with you when they were single. Okay. And there was choices that this individual here did out of comfort. So I feel like this individual did choose the one that seemed more comfortable at the time, whether it is going back to an ex, whether it was a relationship here that they had a longer term dynamic with, but they made their choice. And so, Aquarius, this individual here has been in heavy evaluation of the choices that they've made, and they're wishing that they chose this connection. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance. 6 of Swords. It's a lot to do with avoidance. This person here thought they made the right decision at that time. They created some space and distance from you because it was easier to turn their back than to take accountability for choosing another. I think that this person here felt like this is something that could have worked out for them. You know, they saw it as something that was going to be easier and more practical for them. Keep wanting to say practical. Active resistance or stepping up here. Ooh, the devil. So there was something in the connection here with you where it involved jealousy, possessiveness, and I feel like this person may even, because as a secret admirer, may have even been jealous of you and what you had to offer and did not like the attention that you received from others. It could have been that too. But I feel whatever this attention was or this receiving energy really made this individual feel less than, and it had nothing to do with you. It's just like they felt less than. So they picked easier and they picked something that felt more practical. But in the long run, they've always been admiring here you. Queen of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. You could be very intuitive and loving. And you are, even though you are an air sign, you are the water sign of the air sign. So you are very intuitive. But they see you as someone who's very sincere, loving, compassionate. You have a lot to offer and to give. But there was just the attention that you drew from others that made this individual very jealous or wanted to make you jealous. And so the easiest way to do so was to say, I'm choosing another, because I think this person here had a very possessive kind of energy. Can they take accountability? Eight of Pentacles here. No, because their commitment here is I reap what I sow. And so this is an individual here who is admiring you, thinking about you, wishing and wondering what it would be like to build a life with you, but didn't. And so I feel that their dedication here comes to with what they stuck to, even though it may not feel right to them. I think they just chose it for practical reasons, safety, security. Will they choose courage over comfort? They're going to choose comfort. Right? This person here is content with just watching from the sidelines. So this is more for Aquarius. If you ever wondered if this individual truly is happy with their other person, no. They're watching you a lot. They are. But that's how they feel safe. So they build the safeness in the fact that of watching you, the version of you that they left. That's a version that is kept in a fragile ego version for them. Advice here for you with dealing with this person. Remember, no reversals here. Ooh. This was so hard, your higher self says, because of the way that this individual here cut you off or severed this connection. It was brutal. And so your higher self is saying that the power move here for you is that this has really caused you in some way, in shape and form, to draw some insecurities here about how people view you when it comes to a connection. Because I do feel that you get triggered a lot in other relationships because of how this person was. It's almost like you're second guessing. This is definitely a trauma bond, highly a trauma bond with an individual. But your higher self is saying, listen, all of the worry and the fear that you have when it comes to new connections is justified, but not to completely ignore the possibility of new love coming your way because of how an individual here was insecure in their own feelings and desires. All right. That's what I got here for you, Aquarius. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side at Harmonia Friends Community. And if you'd like to book a private reading, you most certainly can at my website. We're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces is up next. Pisces is up next. Welcome, Selena. Welcome, Selena. Gotta make sure I get these names right. Oops. Pisces is up. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Here we go. Pisces. Loving yourself. Loving yourself is the ultimate romance, Pisces. Invest in you, grow, glow, and get to know how great you really are. Ooh, so this really threw you in the self-love journey in a big way. Still standing. You didn't let hard times become a breaking point. This is a love that deepens with every test. Interesting. This is a relationship based on not just self-love, but unconditional love. So I just heard choose peace. There's a lot of love still in this connection. Whether you're, on the break or not, there's still love there, but it doesn't necessarily mean union. What's going on here? Remember, no reversals. Look, yeah, there's closure here that's already been made in this. But the world here says to me that there's also a chance here for rebirth, however that may be. It doesn't necessarily mean with this individual, but the cycle was extremely important, the way that the two of you have met, whether it was through travels, whether it was online. It was a very serendipity moment. We have Aquarius, we have Taurus, we have Leo and Scorpio energy here. It was full circle. So this is a relationship here that really like came full circle in so many different ways. You learned a lot from this. The emotional or behavioral fracture here, even in the rejection, even in the abandonment, you both went through this. Both of you felt rejected. Both of you went through abandonment. Both of you played victim to this. The dynamic here that severed it here with the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is a very lusty energy. Could have been dealing with someone here who was non-committal, played, fumbled a scenario here, cheated, but they didn't take something too serious at the time. You know, I think this person here had a very young energy, immature energy, when they looked at this connection. Reversals are now up. They will be affected by the first row. Where are they fighting with themselves when it comes to you? Oh, God, I miss you. They were so blinded to this. They didn't see it. They just didn't see it at the time. They also thought that you would always be there through thick and thin. This person here is dreaming of a reconciliation, believe it or not. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance here. I would say ego with the King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This doesn't necessarily have to be you, but I feel there's this energy here of playing victim to a scenario situation. Got lost in lust. Some of you, this was over a one-night stand that ruined it. It was enough to just ruin it. Ruin the trust. Active resistance to stepping up. Six of Wands here, reverse. This tells me that they believe that you are better off without them. Do they feel like you won or got out of this? No, they feel that it was a big lesson for them, but also a bigger lesson for you because, you know, the fact that I really feel like you poured your heart and soul into this connection, to this relationship. But this was something here where it was worth the fight for you. And so you're not ashamed for being in love with this individual. And so that's something here that this person here really holds in high honor with you, is that you were never ashamed with their background or who they may have appeared to be, even though that's what they showed up as. You know, I feel like this is for a Pisces who never judged a book by a cover, even if they were a player. You know, you're like, I still like the bad boy, bad girl, whatever it is. But there's this energy here where they feel, God, they fully fumbled this. That Knight of Wands here with that Six of Wands is the Five of Wands. I love making me do math. So there's this energy of conflict, confrontation, causing the chaos. Yeah, causing the chaos. Eight of Wands here. They feel they deserve the block. They would love to open things back up with you, but they really do think that you're better off without them. Can they take accountability? The Moon here reversed. Well, it's not that they can't take accountability. It's that accountability has been forced on them, with the consequences that they've taken, because the worst nightmares that have ever happened was this Pisces happening to them, right? Because all of the secrets were exposed, and this is an individual here who had to sit with what they did and also sit with all the actions and consequences of it. So there could have been repercussions, whether it was children, whether it was marriage, whether it was money or assets. There's just something here that made this person here have to step up in ways that they never imagined they would have to by doing all this to you. Will they choose courage over comfort? They choose no one. Okay. Some of them are saying love isn't for me. This really scarred this individual in a really big way. All right. Gemini energy here. This individual here is working on themselves where they can, but they feel like they've got so much exposed on them that they don't feel like they can. I don't think this person's very happy in life, but do they have love for you? I think you are the one that got away. I think they would rather daydream because that's safer for them. What you need to remember about yourself. This is your higher self message here. Oh my gosh. 9 of Cups, fulfillment, right? I still feel like this is more the fulfillment of like your higher self saying, congratulations. You've really been able to fully put into loving you. You should be proud of how far you've come in this journey of that, but also don't take away from opportunity. Because I feel like I'm dealing with a Pisces here whose fulfillment has to do with more materialistic items here, about new opportunities, new ways to grow, how to be more in my health and well-being. And your higher self says, all of that comes with the flow of actually a new connection that's coming and arising. You wouldn't be able to call in a new connection the way that you are if you were in this energy. But now that you built yourself up, you are capable of building that in. And what I just want to do one more. You tend to be, your higher self is saying you tend to be very defensive when it comes to looking and evaluating offers that just come in. Even if individuals want to be your friends, you're very defensive about it because there's emotionalness here of going, I don't want to be used again. And your higher self is saying, no, you won't be used again because you do have proper boundaries, but don't miss the opportunities that actually you could be benefiting from as well. All right. That's what I got here for you, Pisces. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's more messages on the other side. And Frisker's almost crashed into all of your cards. Nope, get off the table. Move where you got to move, dude. You might have seen his shadow. Aries is now up. We have Aries and, well, this is it where we start calling in the bonus train. So for those of you who are new to the bonus collective train, this would be the time here to make sure that you like the video or follow if you're on Twitch, because that helps the channel grow, of course. But go ahead and go in the live chat wherever you are and go ahead and comment your signs, whatever sign that you have, because you never know if that's going to show up into the reading here. You're putting your energy into it. Your higher self sounds like a strict know-it-all. Your higher self will always know better. Run, girl, run. All right, Aries. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We got the collective bonuses coming up next with the faded dice. Aries. Cosmic connection. This connection transcends time, space, and logic. You've met in other lifetimes in other dimensions. So this is something here that's not just in this lifetime. Breaking up, whether it's official or emotional, a breakup has happened. What once held you together can no longer hold your growth. So, oh, this is so hard because I feel like you thought that this relationship's going to go somewhere and it's broke up. You two broke up. The two of you broke up. No reversals on this. 10 of Cups. You could have been married to this individual, could have lived with this person, could have had a long-term commitment with this individual. Birdie's like, you're killing me. Spirit's killing you. It ain't me. I'm just a storyteller. The emotional or behavioral fracture of this connection here. Well, this is hard because someone feels that this is over. They're not wanting a reconciliation. The dynamic here that no, it's over. This is going to be hard because I feel like this is for an Aries who wants a person back. And I can't sugarcoat this shit. So you can hate me, you can tell me I'm wrong, whatever it is, it's a collective reading. But this is over. This relationship had its purpose. And its purpose here was for you to wake up. To wake up. Could have been dealing with a Scorpio. You got rejected by somebody. It hurt. This hurts. Where they are fighting themselves. Knight of Swords. Listen, this individual feels they did the right thing by cutting and severing this connection. I said what I said. It's over. You may not have gotten closure in the way that you wanted it to. Fear, ego, pride, or avoidance here, the Knight of Pentacles here. When it comes to the time and the longevity of where they wanted this relationship to go, it wasn't for them. They did not want to stay in the long haul here with you. I also feel with a snail pace is that the reason this person was slow and so methodical is because they couldn't make up their mind originally. But they did not want to finish the race. They called it quits. I'm out. It was too much. Active resistance here to stepping out. 3 of Cups, because they would rather be on the sidelines with this. Okay. This relationship was, there was something too hard about this connection to this individual, whether it was vulnerability, whether it was accountability. They felt they could never keep up with what you desired and wanted and where you wanted this to evolve to. So this person here found every way to escape it with what? Friends, other people, connections. They may have met somebody else. Do they have the emotional architecture here to come back or do anything? 6 of Wands. No, but this is a person here who feels not only they did the right thing, but they show it off. So this hurts because this is a person here who would gloat about the next relationship that they're in. especially if you are still watching this person. Can they take the accountability? I don't think, I think we have enough cards to say an absolute no. No, they're going to play victim to the scenario. Aries was too much. They asked for everything. Like it was just, they're going to play victim to this whole scenario. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is an individual here who will create an entirely different story so they don't look like the bad guy or the bad gal. Courage over comfort here with the 5 of Cups here. Let me tell you, I don't feel this energy here of being disappointed here with you. The disappointment here is if they stayed in this connection with you, they didn't want to miss out on the celebration. How they saw this was you were keeping them away from the things that made them feel great and lit up. You know, advice for you from your higher self. Oh, the 2 of you were brought in each other's lives for a really big reason here. Okay. A lesson. The Hierophant is a lesson, Taurus energy. It is a commitment, okay? Like the 2 of you chose to come together in a spiritual commitment here to learn some harsh lessons. One, that this individual here can't be chased and loved the way that they will because they don't have a lot of love for themselves. But 2, for you to realize that you should be pouring that love back into you. And so that was a really harsh spiritual lesson for you. Some of you, this has pushed you to be a teacher, a counselor of some sort. Closure. Yeah. The world here is that it played its cycle for what it is. It's played its cycle, but it's not something here where it's a rebirth of coming back around. Not in this lifetime. Maybe the next, but not this lifetime. All right. That's what I got here for you, Aries. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side of Harmonia Friends Community. And if you'd like to book a private reading, you most certainly can over at Harmonia. We got the collective bonus up. Collective bonus is up. So we have 2 collective bonuses this evening. We do. You're scholars now. Well, not every reading is supposed to be for you. That'd be crazy if it did, right? Sometimes we just need to listen and to hear the messages that come across, but we don't necessarily have to claim them all. That's the whole point of the collective readings, is to trust your own intuition if it's your story or not. I don't get, a lot of readers will get upset when someone says, it's not my reading. And I was like, well, they are trusting their intuition. Some people are just delulu. You just gotta let them go. Let them believe what they want to do. But they're trusting themselves. They're learning their intuition, you know? So that's what this playground's for. You can't take the critique like that. You just can't. All right, let's do a live roll call because a lot of people drop because they think the readings are over. They do. So who's here? YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Who's all here? Say hello. Let me know you're here. Who's ready to roll the dice? We're going to roll the dice. Star, I'm going to let you do the dice because you don't have a lag, because you don't have commercials right now. Okay? So you're going to be doing it, whether you like it or not. I love you guys on YouTube, but I'm going to have Star do it because she doesn't have a lag right now. I noticed Star hasn't complained once about commercials because we're not there yet. You will eventually. You're not there yet. Yeah. Reminder, guys, I will be back here on Sunday afternoon for All Signs week ahead. That will be, yep, here we go. All Signs Week ahead on at 3 p.m. Central Time. So if that's something that you want to schedule your reminders on, please do so on YouTube and on Facebook. On Twitch, I just have it on the schedule. So just, look out for the reminders here. They don't have any notification reminders on Twitch yet. Not that I know of. I'm still learning. Okay, let's do it. Not yet. Hey, that's going to be changing if we get those stupid bonus things that we have to unlock. We might tonight. It might have happened tonight. I have a feeling that we got one. Here we go. We got Taurus. The bulls are here. Taurus is here. We also have Scorpio. Scorpio is in the house. We have Gemini. Gemini is here. Capricorn. Capricorn is in the house. Aries. And Libra. Libra is here. So those are the signs here for this evening. Don't go anywhere if it's not your sign, because we still have one more collective bonus here. So if you have any of those placements in your chart, that reading may be for you. We have Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra. Thank you, Debbie. All right, collective. What's going on here? Love lessons. And man, are we getting those love lessons this evening, aren't we? We just are. Don't let a history of failed relationships get you down, collective. Gather the lessons and ditch the baggage. Ditch the baggage. Make a move. Swipe, speak, show up, whatever your move is. Now's the time to make it. Waiting won't align you. Action will. Oh my gosh. I feel like you're in a waiting period here. Some of you are trying to get out of this. You're slowly getting out of this, but let's see what's going on with this person. Not all of you are. Some of you already made the move. No reversals on initial story play. What's going on in this connection here? Yeah. Woo. Trying to have a new start. Trying to be optimistic. Making a move. All right. Loving that. The emotional or behavioral fracture of this connection is an avoidance. Great. This card has been coming up a lot for the fracture card. If you haven't noticed, it's just so annoying. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So the fracture of this was dealing with a very moody individual who was very reserved in their emotions, didn't say a lot, and kept things in, bottled up. The dynamic here that made this contact inevitably none. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. Nobody made a move. Holy hell. Oh my God, this is such stagnant energy. I feel like you're in, like, I'm seeing this envision of, like, I'm on a cedar. For some reason, I'm seeing myself canoeing, right? And then we'd hit stagnant water and it was just mud and it smelled and it was gross. That's what this felt like. It would just get so stagnant, parasitic, gross. Ew. Like, I just feel grossed out by this. Where they are fighting themselves, reversals are now up. 4 of Wands. God, you're not the only person they've done this to. In fact, I think that this person may have been in a long-term commitment before, and the reason the individual left was because they did the same thing. Yeah. I do believe this person was married before, but if not, they were in a long-term commitment where they did the same thing. It was just stagnant like a swamp. Ego, fear, pride, or avoidance. The Lover's a choice. Well, it's not saying that they didn't have deep emotions for you, but what got in the way here was choosing this connection. They couldn't see it for what it really was without speaking it and being vulnerable about it. It was always in the shadows. Gemini. This person was always at a loss for words. Active resistance to stepping up. Why was this so resistance here? God, the Queen of Pentacles now. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They've done this before. They've done this before with another individual. And the person here they did this before was very this is an individual here who has a wound, or whether it's a mother wound or father wound, but I want to call out the mother wound, where this person lived in a very strict lifestyle and couldn't make their own decisions. So what happened is that this person here bottled shit up and let others be the parent. And so they consistently find roles of individuals to be the parent in the connection, which sucks because nobody wants to date a parent. Not in that way, especially when it comes to their mother or father, right? It's like, no. Do they have the emotional architecture here? No, 5 of Wands. No, look at this person's wounds. Did they got, was this person abused? I almost feel like they couldn't even talk during dinner time. So how can they express a relationship here with you when they're literally looking for someone else to tell them what to do 24/7? And they take accountability here moving forward. I'm going to say no, because this is an individual here who does not love themselves. They're actually so closed off. This Lotus is not open. They're not open to any kind of love connections, anything. They blame a lot. They blame other people, but you know what? They treat people the way that they feel about, this is going to sound so dark, their mother, because they do not like this mother figure or this parent figure at all. So they treat individuals like that by avoiding, not saying anything, getting them to be upset with them. Why? Because it makes them be seen and validated. Even if it's at a negative aspect, this is what this individual does to all relationships when it involves this. This is a person here who will not choose comfort or courage. They will put themselves in a situation where they were always working. That's how they avoid. This person is a workaholic, or they work a lot for other people's attentions, whether that is from a past relationship who they have kids with. Maybe it's kind of like, I got to focus on the things that I got to do. This person has a to-do list that is out the door, and nothing has to do with their own to-do list. It's everybody else's to-do list. Advice for you, collective, if you're dealing with an individual like this. What you need to remember about yourself. Ooh, you were dealing with the page. You were dealing with an individual here who may have put you on a pedestal a little bit. A little bit of an admirer here. But they wanted to be told what to do. Okay. Very childlike, this person. Your power move now. Your power move now. Interesting enough how you have the Eight of Pentacles and this person has the Eight of Pentacles here. But your power move here has to work on yourself. On everything that you've created for this individual, your higher self says, thank you for pouring it finally back into us. Because this is going to allow you to have something where you're going to be on your own feet, your own business, your own house, whatever this is about your stability, what you've worked for. You're not avoiding it. You're now pouring into your inner child, something that this individual is not doing. They're going off someone else's list. That's not what you're doing. All right. That's what I got here for you, collective. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And we have one more bonus here, reading here that we have unlocked. The unlocked bonus is next. Yes, it is. We got one more. Thanks to our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsors this evening who made this possible. Hey, Stacy, welcome. We got one more, guys. And if you want to watch the replay, you most certainly can. You can just scroll back. But if you're looking for timestamps, I am going to post them, but they're going to be posted on YouTube. I cannot post them over on Twitch. But you can still scroll back. I made these banners really big so you guys can scroll back. All right, for the collective reading, we always go one more row a little bit deeper. We just simply do. But first, I want to give a shout out to my moderators who have been hanging out on Twitch and on YouTube. So thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Papa. And thank you, Star. You guys are so amazing. And I just can't thank you guys enough. I really appreciate it. But also, let's thank our sponsors for this evening that made this unlock bonus possible here. So thanks again to Debbie and to Shirley and to Angel and to Birdie and to Debbie again, and also Roy. Thank you guys so much. You guys just paid it forward, not just for other people, but for yourself too. But this is a big deal because you paid it forward not to just YouTube, but Twitch and Facebook as well. So everybody gets the reading this evening. So that's awesome. So let's get to it. Did you guys put your sign in? Are you ready? Star, are you ready? Okay. We're going to roll. Now, guys, if your sign doesn't come out, but you still feel guided to listen, just listen. It's energy. Okay. There might be something here. Star's going to be doing it, and Debbie's going to be the backup. All right. So we have Aquarius. Aquarius is here. We also have Cancer. Cancer is also in the house. Who else needs this reading? Oh, Scorpio is back. And we have Virgo. Oh, we haven't had Virgo yet. I think Virgo is the first time it's been. Saggy is in the house. Sagittarius. One more. And we got Leo. Leo is in the house. So those are the signs that we got for the unlocked bonus. If you have that in the chart, this reading may be for you. But if you energetically feel like you want to be here, this reading may be for you too. Thank you, Star. We have Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Leo. Welcome back, Andrea. What's going on here? Secrets and lies. Well, it's going to be one of those readings, isn't it? Not everything here is what it seems, collective. Lies, omissions, or double lives could be distorting the connection entirely. Dang. Okay. What else? Digital love. Online relationship. You're vibing through the screens, but don't romanticize a connection that hasn't been tested in real life. So, there are some secrets. Did you get catfished? You may have a little bit get catfished here. It started online. Or if it wasn't just online, it started through text messaging, heavily text messaging, and not so much, or calling, but not a lot of face to face with this individual. Not in the beginning. They emitted some truths here with you. All right, no reversals on initial story play here. Let's see what this pattern is. What is this pattern here? Ooh, they were holding on to something. Shit. They could have also been holding on to this connection in a fine line of a boundary. Like they didn't want to lose you, but they might have wanted to keep you at a particular level as friends. It was easier for this person to say that we're just friends, or, it's not so serious, or let's just keep it at this level. Let's just, everything has to be slow. They they put a limit on this. They were holding back a lot. Under lock and key. The emotional or behavioral fracture here. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Well, you had a lot to offer, didn't you, collective? I see the Queen of Wands as not someone who's just vibrant and amazing and has a lot going for themselves, but they're also very intuitive here. That's why you got that little black cat here. So you have a lot to offer, not just to this individual, to the world itself here with your creativity. The dynamic that made this, under lock and key. Oh, look at this. What were they holding on to? See, you knew this person here was hiding. You knew this person here was hiding something, whether it was another commitment or the fact that they were hoping for something better. 4 to 5, this person doesn't like to be alone. This person here doesn't like to be alone. So, God, I hate to say it, but I feel like you've been used. Where they are fighting themselves, reversals are now up. Gosh, 4 of Cups here. Look at, we got another 4, now we got another 4. So this is an individual here who like to daydream and tell stories and fantasize about always getting out. And so you may have been an individual here that was considered their freedom, but they weren't quite able to grasp that freedom because they were still dealing with this or their past. It could have been that too, one or the other, right? But how they look at this is a missed opportunity. Ego, fear, and pride here. High Priestess. Look at all this quietness, this secretness. This person here thought they could get away with this. But the problem is they didn't realize how intuitive you were. You could read between the lines. Again, I said to you that you have that intuition. They misjudged you on that one. I feel like you were somebody here who was able to figure this out way, way quicker. I almost feel this level. Some of you could be readers yourself, but this is an individual here. Oh, look at this, caught red-handed. I knew it. They were just they're feeling out their options. This is a person here who's totally feeling out their options. I felt it right off the bat. All right. These are all fantasy cards right here. Fantasy. Clarify a little bit more about that 4 of Cups. Nine of Swords here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This person is like, you make this person extremely nervous. Some of you, they feel, all right, this is only going to be for some of you who are like witchy, but they feel that you put some kind of spell on them. They feel that you there's something witchy about you. And so this makes this person nervous because how can you be perceived so vibrant? So this is something here where an individual feels their luck has been they've been having bad luck. You expose this individual. Woo! Queen of Wands is back out again. Totally exposed. You may have even played the mirror to this person. Right? Played back their games. Because once you saw how fake this became, you were like, you can take all that back. Love and light. Seven of Cups here with the Seven of Pentacles here reversed. Reap what you sow. This person here feels like whatever they were trying to reap has gone horrifically bad since they've met you. And they are not taking responsibility for it. There's just something in it where it's like, it was the collective who did this to me, you know? There's some blame here. This person is blaming you. Do they have the emotional archetype here to step up? I'm going to say no, because this person here is full of shit half the time. Yeah, the Knight of Cups here is this person here love bombs. They charm, and that's how they get people. And then once things have to get too serious, that's when they kind of start, their stories get a little mixed up here. Okay. This is an individual here who's just doing the same patterns over and over again. And let me tell you, whatever pattern that they went into, the biggest karma they have is not necessarily just you. It's the relationship that they're in right now. All right. However that relationship may be, it's bad. Can they take accountability? I'm going to say no, not with the Page of Wands here. This is something where they realize that they can't play with fire. They can't. What were they thinking playing with fire like that? Their charismatic ways, there's energy here about this individual. You know, it's almost weird because I feel like it's not just losses this person's going through. It's almost like because their mask is coming off, people are viewing this individual entirely differently. So this person here looks older or like not as, I don't know, it's just gruffer. There's just something here about how their persona has showed up. And now since their true colors, the mask is off, people are seeing for them for what they are. And it is an uglier side to this individual. It is. Will they choose courage over comfort? I don't think this person's comfortable at all right now. I don't think this person's going through a breakup right now. Ironically, though, they don't even, whatever this breakup is, family, friends, a relationship, whatever this breakup this individual goes, a lot of this blame starts with you. It's not even taking accountability here of this relationship. There's just something here that triggered it since they met you. Advice here for you, collective, from your higher self. Oh my God, self-love. Look at this. That's unconditional love. And I'm also going to take this card here that came with this card. And this comes regarding reciprocity for you. Okay. This taught you a lot about the people in your life who are there for you through thick and thin, and how you could take the shirt off your back to help another individual, and yet they still could do you dirty. Yet here you are still unconditionally loving. And that's the part here that sucks, is I feel like you're somebody here that still loves. And some of you are even saying, I forgive you, but not because of their actions, but because you know this individual is going through it. I mean, healing is painful. Healing is painful. But there's also a peak time for you right now of your independence. I know this is a love reading, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you have been thinking about entrepreneurship or running a side business, this is the time to do it now. Stop second guessing yourself. Your higher self is saying you are ready. Right. Others of you, if you don't feel like you can move on your own or do something on your own, your higher self is saying, no, this is the time to do it. You are ready. Don't be fearful of asking for help or assistance. You have the right people around you. Okay. It will be it will be easier for you because you're stable. You're more on your feet. All right. That's what I got here for you, collective. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. Would love to see you there, but if not, this is where we part ways. You guys take care and have a good night. I'll see you back here on Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Have a good one, guys.